Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Howdy. How are you? Welcome. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Hi.
You are on DSA Live, Facebook Live. So, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I'm wondering who will be the first person to show so that I can see your name and say hello. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Good evening, guys. Welcome. Justine. How are you? Pauline, how are you? Thank you for joining, guys.
Justine.
Hello, Vivian. How are you? Apparently it's French, so it's Justine. I used to call her Justin. Yes.
Justine.
Gift, blessing, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today, I have got hot ladies beside me, and I've got another lady in front of me. So it's not just me today. And also, guess what we're having? We are having a video review. You know, guys, Dr. Sunday started this series of short videos, philosophies, thoughts, advice, all sorts. 7 days a week, you have a video. So today, we're going to review one of the videos, which is titled, you've seen it already. So the video is titled, Don't Be Afraid of Sweat, Blood, and Dirt. Or it's the other way around, sweat, dirt, and blood. Don't be afraid of it. Who says that? Who says don't be afraid of sweat, dirt, and blood? Who's not afraid of sweat? Who's not afraid of, when we sweat, I understand that because, you know, there's nothing to be afraid of sweat. Maybe you just don't want to smell. But, you know, Dr. Sunday with his philosophies. Blood, don't be afraid of blood. OMG. And dirt. Dirt. Maybe dirt as well. But so, we want to know your thoughts. We have some beautiful ladies with some thoughts here. They're going to share with us. But we also want to know your thoughts as well. So feel free to share with us. You can either call us on Julie Ngoye's Messenger, or you can write your comment down. So we'll watch the video in snippets, so in parts, and then we will discuss. So how is that? So we watch this video. It's only about 20 minutes long. So we watch it in parts, maybe 2 minutes, stop, discuss that, and then we start again. So I think you're going to enjoy this. I'm already enjoying the thought of it. So guys, let me say hello to a few people. We have Joe here. Hello, Joe. How are you? Thank you. Joe is saying hello to Kate. I know you guys miss Kate when you don't see Kate. So she's here today and she's going to join us for the full length of this program.
I'm always with you, but behind the scenes.
Yes, that's true. So I must correct that. It's true. She's always with us. I mean, every time. She's always with us. Oluwatoyin, good evening. Good evening, Bimpe. Esther, how are you? Raja, hello. Hello, Give. Adamu, good evening. Thank you for joining. Emma, thank you for joining. Vivian, I think I've said hello to most of these. Ayo, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. So guys, please do the honors. You know what I'm going to say already, but I'm going to say it anyway, even though I know that you know. So please guys, share, share, share. Do that right now so that more people can join us. And today being Saturday, there will be more people at home, at least a bit more relaxed than during the week. So why don't you also invite people to join you? So don't just share on your page, invite them individually and say, join me, so, and so. I'm watching this program and I think you'll be interested. So do that right now as well. So while I make some announcements. So number one announcement is YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. You know YouTube already. But let me just explain a few things to you. YouTube, you know, Dr. Sunday, I've got all the teachings. Anything you see here on Facebook Live that we do, we upload them onto YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. So once you type Sunday Adelaja Official, you will see Dr. Sunday's picture right at the top. He's wearing a blue suit and a green shirt and bow tie. Click on that picture. It will take you to the homepage channel or channel homepage, and in the channel homepage everything is there in playlist in order that you can go back to and refer to videos later on. And of course not Instagram, we're on Instagram as well, so please don't hesitate to look for Dr. Sunday on Instagram. But I wanted to tell you about the telescope and telegraph. Yeah, we use telegraph. Telegram. Guys, I said I wasn't gonna say this, but it's telegram and SoundCloud. So don't forget, Telegram and SoundCloud is been a blessing for us in terms of people that are in Africa that have challenges with data. Those two platforms makes it easier for you to download audios. It's not data intensive. Go ahead. Julie's gonna say something.
Something to say about Telegram. You know, it's designed for all countries that have low internet. So anyone who is having problems with internet, you will download faster from this media, and you will use less data for this. So
yes. So that's Telegram, guys. That's Telegram. And of course, SoundCloud is also available to you. But the most important thing is that you can download with less data required. So less internet, just as Kate just explained. So those are the announcements. Without further ado, we're going to start shortly. The video is here. And before I will start watching the video, I just want the ladies to say hello. You've already seen Kate, and she's already said some hellos, but I'm going to turn the camera now for you to say hello to the queen in the house. Not that we're not queen, but the real queen. I'm going to turn the camera around.
That was funny though. Hello everyone. Hello queens and kings. Real queen. We are all real queens, okay? We are here to do some reviews, and we are looking forward to your comments and your contributions. For all the queens out there and the kings, we are waiting for your comments, so get your fingers ready.
Okay guys, so let me just recap on what we're going to do. We're going to watch the video, which is one of Ds'S philosophies, and he's going to, this video is very short. It's not that long as, you know, a long teaching, but we will watch it in segments. So every 2 minutes or so, we will stop and we will discuss it. The ladies will start the discussion, and you can also write your comments, what your thoughts are on this video, what you're learning from it, if this is worth it, if this is going to help you. Anything you want to say, you're free to do so. And also, you can write, you can call us, you can call Julie Ngoya's messenger. And from there, we will get some information. We will get some knowledge, you know, we'll get your knowledge, you will get our knowledge as well. So let's go with this DSA philosophy. So I'm going to start now. I'm turning the camera. Okay.
Sound.
Hello everybody, Sunday Adelaja here, and today I want to release a word of encouragement to my friends and especially to my disciples. A lot of people ask me, Pastor, how do you do this? How do you survive all the pressure that come against you? How do you survive all the, make all the difficult decisions and make, and still, you are still functioning, you are doing okay? How is it that we don't see? Why is it that we don't see all the pressure on you? Why is it that all the pressure, we know that you are going through so much, you are going through a lot of trials, a lot of attacks, a lot of difficulties. Why is it doesn't weigh you down? Why is it that you are always functioning? Well, I have a few secrets. And it's one of the secrets that I'm going to unveil to you today. And I'm going to be coming out, time after time to kind of, give you a snippet of how I live my life in that sense. Okay, one of the things I do is, of course, for you who are my disciples, you know that I do solitude. But you know that already. And of course, I read the Word of God, the Bible. But another thing that I do that really keeps me going is that I study the lives of great men that have lived before, especially those people who are reformers and revolutionaries and people who are doing similar things to what I'm doing. So I study their lives, and then I try to get their philosophies of life. And the philosophies of life of these great people sometimes are very interesting, especially their works, their quotations, and their thoughts. So today, I'm going to be talking about the philosophy of life that I caught from Theodore Roosevelt. Now, Theodore Roosevelt is the 26th president of the United States of America.
Okay, guys, so that was the first part of this. So what do you think? What are your thoughts on this video and what you've seen so far? So we're going to have the people in the house, in the studio, to start the conversation, and then you guys also can join in. Write your comment or call Julie Ngoya's messenger. You guys know, if you're new, write your comment down and Julie will put her details up in a few minutes. So let's start.
You know, I think that, and friends who are listening to us, I think that this video is so much loaded. You just, you know, if you listen just to one phrase, it's enough for you to work on it for 1 week. What I just heard, that pastor is saying, he just reviewed, you know, his secret of success. He said, people are wondering how he can stand when he has so many attacks and so many difficulties. You know, how he still has so much energy. You can see him moving all the time. You know, we people who are around him, we cannot catch up with him because he has always so much energy. And now he decided to reveal these secrets. Who can ever reveal secrets like this? Usually people, they don't reveal secrets like that. And what pastor is saying, that he is studying lives of famous people. I know people who are studying lives of stars, you know, lives of politicians today, friends, you know, all the gossips, all the celebrities, what they add to us. What do they add to us? Nothing, literally nothing. They don't add to us nothing, but we can select someone who will add value to us, and those are great people. This is what pastor is doing. He selected people who he will be studying their lives, but not only studying their lives, but identifying what are the pillars, what are the philosophies that they use to build their life on. You know, usually how do we study someone's life? Even in the school, when I was in the school, we were studying biographies. It was the most boring thing I had on these lessons. I couldn't understand, why do we have to study these things? Only now I understand that it can add value to me and actually reveal to me some shortcuts on the way to my success. It can show me the experience of other people, how they overcame difficulties and which principles they used. I never knew about this. So when pastor is saying he has decided to study the lives of great people, it's a great insight, I think.
Yes, I think so as well. And you know, one of the things that I really find fascinating with DSA and actually this philosophy is that he wants to give out secrets. The whole essence of secrets is to keep it. You know, that's what most people do. They keep it. And when you know about leaders or people that are accomplished, or they have something that they know will be benefit to others, they hide it, they keep it. They put it in such a way that it's treasured. They don't give it out freely. And I think that's one of the reasons that DSA stands out. That's the reason, that's the attraction. Because this person is willing to give so freely. I think that's why I liken him to Jesus, or, you know, we should all be like that. It's not just him. It's not something that, you know, is unique to him as a person, and that means that we cannot attain it. No, it's something that we can also attain. But I really find it intriguing that Dr. Sunday would decide that, okay, I have a secret. This thing is working for me. I've worked hard to develop myself in this area, and I want to give it out freely. I want to share it with you, you know? So that really, for me, is the icing on the cake, and it got my attention from that. And really, I am learning every day to cultivate the same kind of attitude, the same kind of system for myself, where anything that I do have, any secret, anything that works for me, that benefits me, to give it out, to give it to other people, so that other people can also benefit and make good of their life. So let's see what Queen Nikki's got to say.
Yeah, hello everyone again. Talking about giving out secrets. Dr. Sunday is a champion in that, because all these things he's been sharing on Facebook Live, you know, in his YouTube, other people, they will just give you some surface, you know, surface information, and they will make a course, you know, and say, buy this course to know more, $300, $299, $1,099 for VIP, what do they call it, VIP program or platinum, whatever. But this guy, Dr. Sunday Elijah, if I call him like that, just gives all this information for free. It just depends on you putting down your head, spending some time to listen to this information and make do and bring yourself up to the level that you want to be, depending on the topic that is at hand. But you know, our people usually, something that is given freely is not valued. But that doesn't stop him, because this man has just so much in him that, I don't know. We all know that he has written more than 300 books. And he has, I don't know how many books that he has already also written that he hasn't published. That it won't even, as he says, that it won't, his whole lifetime won't be enough for him to publish all these things. And that is why recently when we were talking, he said, how I wish I could publish a book a day. Do you understand what that means? I'm just saying this to let you know the amount of knowledge that Dr. Sunday Elijah has, you know. And he has given you the secret, not just the Bible. Yes, he reads his Bible every day. Not just solitude. Yes, he goes to solitude once a month. But he has also decided not to make a bicycle when you already have a bicycle. Though something good about him is that he learns from making bicycle, but he makes a plane out of it, because the way he brings it out makes it so easy for everyone that care to listen, that his pride or his religiosity will allow to listen, to gain so much out of what he gives. Okay? So everyone, pick up these secrets and make them yours.
Thank you very much, Queen Nikki. So guys, what are you guys saying about what you've just seen and some of the things that we've discussed as well? Let me read the comments. Hello guys, hello. Princess says, yeah, you are right. Thank you very much, Princess. Nice, okay, let's see. DSA is a brave man of God. I cherish his lifestyles. He sends nobody. Okay, very good. I like that. I think I understand. For those people that don't understand that slangs, is that he does what he needs to do. He's not worried about what other people think. He's not worried about what other people are saying about him. He does what he knows is right and he needs to do. So his only allegiance, as he always says, is to the truth. So thank you very much, Princess. I understand your slang there. Thank you. Then, guys, Julie's details is there. So if you want to call us, all right, I think that's the only comment. If anyone else have any comment, please write your comment down while we turn to the next part of the video.
That at least I didn't keep quiet. I didn't remain in my comfort zone. And I didn't just remain indifferent when I see things going wrong in my generation. Even if it's a defeat, even if I'm regarded as being wrong or defeated, well, at least I tried to change something. I tried to change something. But if I succeed in changing the face of Africa or Nigeria or religion, the understanding of God in my continent, then I will be remembered for that also. But no, anyhow, I step out, not being afraid of the sweat, of the dirt, and of the blood. Step out as well. Step out. Dare to do something. History will remember.
Guys, I had to stop the camera there. I'm not sure if it's even up to 2 minutes, but don't be afraid. The title alone, I know we started talking about giving out secrets when Kate was the first to speak, But the title alone, don't be afraid of sweat, dirt, and blood. That alone for me is a big deal. You know, it's such a big deal that, okay, who says don't be afraid? Those are the things that we're afraid of as human beings. So sweat is like, that's hard work for me. So it means that you have to work hard, sweat. Don't say you don't want to work hard. Don't go by these doctrines of religion. A day of favor is better than 100 years of labor. I think that's one of the things that we need to eradicate or cancel in our vocabulary, in our thinking. So don't be afraid of sweat. That's really important, because I, for one, as a lady especially, it's like, I don't want to sweat, I don't want to work too hard, I don't want to do things too... Kate is laughing, probably as a test to that. I just, yes, you are delicate as a lady, you know, don't carry things to break your back, but hard work is important, and we need to cultivate the habit of hard work. So I'm sure you guys got things to say.
The truth is that we're afraid of these things, you know. And Pastor, he presents this as already a success, just not to afraid. Is already a success, not to be afraid of work, of being a sweat, not to be afraid of dirt, because even when you will start doing something, you will get in dirt, because you have to work with imaginary, like with your hands, or even if you are not working with your hands, you are getting into making order in different areas of society, you will get into the dirt.
Yeah.
And even not too afraid of this, it's already a success, you know, because if you overcame this fear of public opinion and this fear of what people will say, and they are not going to say nice things
at all.
Everyone who tried to do something, they have this experience. You will not hear very nice things when you will try to change something for better. It shouldn't be like this, but it's still like this. You will be. So many people, they are afraid of these things. They're afraid. So Pastor presents. He says, at least I will be remembered for not being afraid.
Yes, and I think that's an important point that Kate just made, which is that don't be afraid. It means, you know, if you've overcome that fear already, or the criticism that comes with any of this, then you will be fine. So overcoming that already, not being afraid, knowing that this is something that you have to do, and you're resolved. You in your heart, you will do it regardless of anything else. That is already a winning formula for you. And the emphasis is that don't be afraid. So that's key. That's a big key. And the other thing I wanted to say about this video, or these videos generally, is that in order for Dr. Sunday to have materials, to have content to share, this is years of hard work. I think it was Queen Nkiru that mentioned this. Somebody that's worked hard on something, somebody that developed themselves for so many years, so somebody that put the time and converted the time. So he started with his philosophy and the philosophy of other people that he's learned from. Also, he's developed himself so that we also can learn from him and learn from all the other people. So because he's already put content in himself from other people, plus the things that he puts together himself as well, then we're now learning from a combination of the people that he learned from and also him. So we're very rich, and hence, and if we learn and we do our best, not being afraid of the sweat, the blood, and the dirt, and we also will become somebody that is full of content, somebody that is full of value. We've added value onto ourselves, and then other people also can learn from us, and we learn from each other, and we'll give each other value. So I really think that this is really important. I'm just looking at some of the notes and what people are writing, but before I read out something, I think Queen Nkiri wants to say something.
Yeah, I can say something.
Okay.
Yeah, what I want to say is that I saw a comment under this post when we just started. I don't know if what I'm going to say now has something to do with the comment, but some of us might be saying Dsa'S philosophy. Who does he think he is, you know? We are talking about the kingdom, we are supposed to talk about Jesus, we are supposed to do that, and we are supposed to do the other thing. But I want to tell you something. that we are discussing this video, there is only one motive. For you to know there is a man apart from Jesus that is still walking this earth, that is doing some powerful things, and he breathes the way you do. He has 2 legs the way you do. He has 1 brain the way you do. But he's doing some mighty things. What does that tell you? That you too can. What does that tell you? That you too are capable if you just copy the secrets that he is giving you and put your own spices into it, put your own voice, your own being into it, and make it your own. You will still get to where you want to be. So this is not about DSA. This is about principles of life. This is about philosophy of life that will get you to the goal and the purpose and whatever that you have set to yourself, you have set for yourself. If you can just humble yourself, if you just remove all those religious jargons and take this as a roadmap to where you want to go. He's sharing his secrets free of charge. So take it and use it in whatever that you want to do. Okay? That's all I want to say for now.
Thank you very much, Kuniki. Did you hear that? Take it and use it to achieve whatever you want to achieve. But let me read some more comments because they've watched it as well. I'm sure that you guys want to contribute. Thank you so much for doing so. We have Afolabi here saying, I was reading some comments on YouTube about his misdeeds, but honestly, like he said earlier, no one is perfect. For the fact that he is a pastor doesn't mean he wouldn't fall sometimes. I hope and pray to tap from him big time. Well done, Afolabi. I think you get the gist of things that you need to do and tap from his knowledge, okay? The good things that he's doing. And then we have here, somebody else said, Andrew, okay, he's there, but I'm like, okay. So I think if Andrew had something to say, let me read from the top because there's a response somewhere. Since I started following DSA, I almost stopped hearing all of the worldly mentors that I used to follow. He's a great transformer of my lifestyle as Christian and leader. Thank you very much, Jude. That's good. Afolabi says again, I was once told about DSA here in Nigeria, but I neglected it because I believe he wouldn't be different, but it seems he is. Well done. You see, do your own research. So I think so Infen, you say he is there. My life has so changed just because I listened to him. Well done, guys. So let's go. Okay.
Interesting, especially their works, their quotations, and their thoughts. So today I'm going to be talking about the philosophy of life that I caught from Theodore Roosevelt. Now, Theodore Roosevelt is the 26th president of the United States of America. There is a citation that he had, there is a quotation that he has that I want to share with you today. So this quotation has been one of the stalwart of strength for me whenever I'm going to another battle. So that's why I'm dressed like in the American battle dress and military dress, because I see myself as being in the battlefield all the time. So the quotation from Theodore Roosevelt that I want to quote today is, it says, "It is not the critic who counts." Maybe you've heard about it. It is not the critic who counts. You see, whenever you want to do anything serious in your life, you are going to be criticized. Get used to it, okay? Whenever you want to do anything really significant, then you are going to be even the more misunderstood. So the fact that whenever I'm misunderstood, I remember this quotation. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong stumbles that counts. So don't pay too much attention at the critics, because they don't count at the end of the day. And even the guy who is always saying, look at him, well, he's stumbled, or look at the way he's stumbled, or he's weak. they don't count at the end of the day. You don't remember the critics when it's all done. You remember the person who has made all the difference. You also don't remember the person who is always pointing at the way the strong man stumbles. You only remember the strong man. So, but then this is the philosophy that strengthens me in terms of challenges. Another thing it says is,
okay, guys, isn't this great? I mean, this is about Dsa'S philosophy, and he's reading out another man's philosophy, the 26th president of the United States, and he's that's Theodore Roosevelt. So check him out and check that quote out. But the gist of it, or what it says, is that it is not the critics that count, or even the person that or even the person that points to the hero, but it's the hero that actually counts. I mean, that statement alone is loaded. There's so much to that statement. But
you know what? I'm really impressed how Pastor, he takes a word and he makes this word just a word. Okay, not critics who count. There are a few words, like not critics who count. 4 words, and those 4 words is enough to build a foundation already. You know, and on this foundation you can already build all your decisions, what you are doing. You have to decide at one point, are you going to react to critics? Are you going to be upset? Are you going to, cry because someone is thinking bad things about you? You know? And how usually we hear the words? One word comes here, outside, like this. Nothing stays in the head. But when Pastor here reads something, he said this quotation supports him. Like, my question to you, do you read like this? Do you watch this video like this?
Yes, interesting. This is how you really know that Kate knows Pastor. I think it took me, before I realized what Kate had just said, I think it took me about 5 months living in this house day in, day out to realize what she just said. What Kate had just said there is that the value of each word that Pastor reads and how he used those words, the words are registered in him. I remember one thing that Dr. Sunday said to us really from last year when I was watching him on Facebook, pretty much like you're watching us right now, that it was something that his sister read to him that made him believe that he can achieve anything. And that was in Deuteronomy, I think 2:17, I'm not sure, that you could be the head and not the tail, something along that line. And this changed his life. So I didn't actually register that until his birthday in May, and how he takes the word seriously. He takes God seriously. He takes everything that he said. He defines each word, and he makes those words life. He makes those words flesh. He makes it reality.
So what does it mean, flesh and reality?
He makes it possible.
Many people will have make these words flesh, and then no one understands what does it mean. What does it mean, flesh?
I think
you go to the gym. You go to the gym. What's flesh?
That's a good question again, and Kate is really asking some really good questions here. How do we make this word flesh? First of all, we have to retain it. We have to retain this, know what these words mean, and believe it.
So Pastor is retaining this word, and that's why he brings us quotation, which becomes a pillar of his philosophy.
Yes, and a lot of us listen to philosophers, and we just think, oh, it's just word.
We say,
this person says great word, but that word's again
let me share it in Facebook.
Exactly, and let me share it on Facebook, let me share it on Instagram.
I look smart.
Yes, it goes in and comes out the other ears. We don't even remember it 5 minutes later. But Dr. Sunday remembers it, because even when you see the way he's repeating these words in the video, it's not that person that counts. The way he's talking about it, you can almost picture that event, that word. You can almost picture it happening. That somebody actually fell, and then people were pointing at the person and laughing, that person doesn't count. That's what I was imagining as it was saying.
We always think they count. We always think that they they influence us.
Yes.
They will those people who are criticizing, they will decide like how we will go further. You know, are we going to fall just because they are criticizing? But they don't count
at all. And you know, the other thing as well about them not counting is that we use the fact that they will criticize us not to do anything at all, because we feel like they will criticize us, so that stops us in our track and we don't do anything. He's saying that yes, they will. I think it's already registered that they will laugh at you, they will point at you, they will say different things, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't count. That doesn't matter. It's the achievement of what you need to do that counts. So this is a really huge lesson for me, because I'm always worried about this. If I do this, what's going to happen with this? If I don't do this, I'm going to sound this way, I'm going to sound that way. Who cares? It's what I need to do that matters. So I'm really excited about this, and even this understanding myself that Kate just pointed out, I think is really key. I know that somebody has said here that Dr. Sunday don't send or don't tell, you know, Dr. Sunday don't care what people think. This is how you start, because he believes in what he's going to do. He believes in what the goal is. So it goes for the goal and forget about all the other things that don't count. It takes the words literally. So, anyone wants to say anything? Or should we continue with the video?
Okay, continue with it.
Okay, oh, sorry, I think let's continue.
Or where the doer of deeds could have done them better, could have done better. There are a lot of people who could have, who will be criticizing you and, say you could have done better, or you are doing something that is wrong. But those people who criticize, they are not the ones that history gets to remember. And then it's, the credit of history will always go to the people who dare to go to the battlefield. The credit of history will always go to the man who actually goes to the battlefield, to the arena, and whose face might be marred by dust, sweat, or blood. It's possible, yes, there might be dust, sweat, even blood marring you and all over you. But because you strive valiantly, history will remember you. And even when you've erred, or you've made mistakes, or you've stumbled or fallen, maybe you have come short again and again, but because you keep on going, and because you keep on fighting, and because you are always in the battlefield and you are not giving up, history will remember you. Because there is no effort without error. That is just life. There is no victory without error. Everybody makes mistakes, and I make mistakes, and I'm going to make more mistakes. And
wow, that was really interesting. No effort without error. You're going to make mistakes. I think some people have made those comments, but Queen Nikki wanted to say something earlier, so I'll just let her talk right now. Thank you, guys.
Okay, everyone. Actually, I'll comment on this segment that we just finished. The only person that doesn't have critics or is not criticized, as you must have heard it before, is someone that does nothing. If you don't want any criticism on your address towards you, just sit on your couch and sleep all day. That is the only time and the only safe place to be, okay? But no matter what you do in this world, no matter how small, you must always find out people that will be against what you do. And only champions, only those that are focused, only those that know exactly what they are supposed to do and what they are called to do, are the ones that don't pay attention to criticism. And if you have noticed, if you have any critic of Dr. Sunday watching, most of you that write him on Facebook or anywhere you write with your noise, have you ever had any reply from him? He is busy doing what he's supposed to do, because he doesn't have any minutes to waste on any nonsense talk, okay? So you can keep on writing just to free up your mind, but never expect any reply from him, but because he is busy, okay? So if you want to be somebody, don't be afraid of criticism, as he has said. Just, that thing that you got to do, just start doing it. Even if, like another thing that we Christians do, that Pastor Sunday has addressed most of the time is we are praying, waiting to hear the voice of the Lord, to hear when the Lord will talk to you before you start doing something. But there is a philosophy too that Dr. Sunday has. He says, if it's good for the Lord, if it's good for your neighbors, and if it's good for you, just stand up and start doing. You don't need to wait for any other confirmation. Even if you are wrong, you are never a failure. You must have learned tons of things from the things that maybe you think is a mistake, but there will be lots and lots of skills you will learn from them that will help you in another thing that you will start doing. So keep on doing and keep on moving.
That was brilliant.
What I heard from you just gave me an idea, and I thought, wow, I have to be looking to be criticized, because if I'm not criticized, like for a long time already, I don't hear to be criticized. I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I am criticized.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am criticized, but maybe I should be criticized even more. I should look for things so that I'm criticized.
What are you doing? What am I doing? I'm not criticized.
Enough.
Okay, it's joke from one side, but from another side, it's sad, because it means that I'm in comfort zone and I'm not moving this society, and I'm not helping this society to improve, to become better. Because if I will improve, if I will try to improve this society, then someone will come and he will say, hey, you could do it better. Why are you doing like this? It's not professional. Do it better. Why did you even go there if you are not a professional? If you didn't do this, you don't know to do this, you don't know to do this. Like, why do you get your nose in the things that it's not your business? What's your business over here? So I don't hear these things for a long time. I remember a time when I was hearing these things, but I don't hear them anymore. So I just decided to get out.
You've just been challenged. You've just been challenged, Kate.
Yeah, because if I'm not going to get in the history, what was the point living on this earth? I want to be in the history, you know? I really want.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, that's really interesting what Queen Nikki just said, and I think Kate caught it. That I actually thought she was. Queen Nkiri was going to say that if you're not criticized, then you're dead. Only the people that are dead. Well, if you're not doing anything,
only the people who are dead, they are said like, oh, this was a nice person.
Yes, and they say it was a nice person. They don't. And also, one of the things that I learned about criticism is that it helps you to do better. Sometimes when people do criticize you, you realize the things that you need to do or how you need to develop. So we need criticism.
Yeah, but they confirm that you are doing something.
Yes, you're relevant. If you're not relevant, nobody will be wasting their time to criticize you. They'll just push you aside. So I caught that as well when Queen Nikki was saying it, but the way that Kate was just said it and said, wow, it's true. And she asked me, Maiwa, when was the last time you were criticized? Well, I'm not criticized enough. So guys, I'm inviting you all to criticize me so that I know.
You don't have to invite, you have to do stuff that will make people irritated.
Yes,
you're putting your nose somewhere you shouldn't put.
Yes, which means also it's a challenge for me because I have to do more. If I tell you to criticize me and there's nothing to criticize me about, then really, I'm just wasting my time as well.
And in this way, you're just showing, I'm good, I'm doing good stuff, criticize me, I'm good girl.
Yes. Yes, so I'm going to work on that.
But do you remember you started to do live videos and people, they started to say like, Maiwa, not this way, different way, not like this, not like that, because you went out of the comfort zone and you started to do something that really, you didn't have experience of. Like, now you need to do a new stuff.
Yes, it's true. Katie just reminded me that when I started doing this live broadcast, I used to get a lot of criticism. You're not doing this, you're doing this too much, and you're doing that. And now that I stopped, it means that I haven't grown. It means that there's no new things for people to criticize me about. So I need to up my game. Thank you very much, Kate, for reminding me of that. But one of the things that we're discussing now, Queen Nikki gave a very good example of actually Dr. Sunday's life himself. He was talking about how, you don't remember the people that criticize, you don't remember the people that pointing finger, you remember the hero. Those are the people that stayed in times of history. And she gave a really life example of what is happening now with people writing, spending their valuable time that they should be using to convert. They're spending it to write stuff about...
To say exactly, it's hours they are spending.
Yes, hours. I mean, time.
Like hours, like 10 hours?
Yeah, I mean, literally, they're spending a long time writing and saying that Dr. Sunday is not doing this, Dr. Sunday is not doing that. And did it stop Dr. Sunday? No. Did it mean that it wasn't?
I don't know these people even. Do you know those people who criticize it? I have no idea who they are.
They don't know him either, but they feel like they need to.
I mean, we know Pastor, and everyone who is here now know Pastor. Who is those who are criticizing? So just what Pastor said.
We don't remember them.
We do not remember them. They will not count. Those people, they don't count. They don't change the weather. Actually.
Yes, and those people will not be in videos. They will not be in history. They will not be... This video will be useful even after Dr. Sunday is gone. The books that he's written, they would all be useful even after he's gone. Those criticisms would be dead, gone, forgotten. Nobody would even remember those people that we don't even remember them now, even a minute after they've written it. We don't know them, but we don't remember them. So this is really poignant to our discussion and what we're talking about now. So I really think, guys, that we should really learn from this. This is really good. Thank you. Let's go move on.
And there are going to be more shortcomings for me and for you too. So when challenges of life come, when attacks come, when misunderstandings come, just remember that, well, it's all about life. There is no victory, no success, no accomplishment without error and shortcoming. But those people are the ones who are remembered, who strive to do the good deeds, who try to make a difference. It's because I'm trying to make a difference, I'm comforted. I know that this is what has always happened in history. In history, people will always attack you. People will always laugh at you. People will always think that you've lost your mind. Some people say, I'm an attention seeker, that I want attention. I say, I want attention. After I've gotten some of the greatest attention in the world, in the country that I live in, everybody knows who Sunday Adelaja is. I'm a household name in this country. Not just in this country, in all the eastern countries, all the countries of Eastern Europe. And I'm not just a household name in Eastern Europe, all over Europe. I've built the United Church in Europe. I've spoken in the United Nations. I've spoken in the United States Senate. I've spoken in the Parliament of Japan. I've spoken in the Parliament of Israel. And I had all the attention you could ever imagine. Only few human beings have the kind of attention. So I'm not looking for attention.
Wow.
Wow. I think this is ridiculous to say that Pastor is looking for attention. You know what? Because these things that Pastor is saying, many people, they just turned their backs to him just because he's saying this. Which attention? Yeah. Which attention? Other people would keep to their status quo. I have been into American Senate. I've been there. I will destroy my name. I cannot destroy my name.
Yeah.
That's actually a good point. Guys, did you catch what Kate just said? She said that if you've accomplished some of the things that Dr. Sunday have already accomplished, most people will want to preserve that, keep that, and not do what he's doing now. Because I've done this, I'm well known here. I want to preserve that. I don't want to tarnish my name, so I don't want to start talking about this or talking about this type of people. So yeah, very good point.
Just the thing that Pastor is not trying to keep his status quo, and you see all these attacks of criticism and everything. It just this one thing should make all of us think what Pastor wants to say. And what he's actually saying. Why does he risk and put on everything that he has already achieved to bring us message, to give us message? Because the person who doesn't believe in the message wouldn't do it.
Yes. And I totally agree with Kate on this. And this is one of my challenges. When I first met him and I watched him so many times, I would always ask him that, what is it in you that after everything you've accomplished, everything that you have a home, you have a family, you have a house, you can do well by yourself, why do you need to go all this extra length for other people to eat, for other people to benefit, for other people to be better. I couldn't phantom that, because I personally, if I'm comfortable, I don't really care about many other people. It's like, maybe I'm selfish. It's like, I'm okay. I don't need, you know.
For example, you are a very good project manager. You have a status already there where you are. Now, you leave everything and you come to the place where you start to do things from zero, getting experience from the beginning. Like, and a lot of people saying, like, not like this, do it different way, like you are beginning from the zero.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Well,
how do you feel in the beginning?
Actually, you know, this is Kate's, right? She just brought me home to something that I didn't even think that way, because I always say I don't care, but maybe I did care to some extent. Even if I don't care about, my initial thought was not caring about people, it was also, I wanted to improve myself. Why did I want to improve myself when I was already doing okay? So Kate's question is, how did I feel? It was really difficult. I found it very challenging.
Yeah, but imagine that, okay, you've been on a good position, but in comparison to pastor's position is like way low way to go.
Yes.
So imagine how he had to, you know, put just like Jesus did. Jesus had to put aside all his everything that all his status he had on the heaven, and come down to the earth, starting from zero, learning to walk, learning to eat, and even to speak, and even to preach. He had to learn.
Wow.
You know. You know. So
how did we turn that into Jesus? This is really good.
I think the pastor is saying this.
Kate is ahead of us.
So actually, you see, this is a normal way of development of a person, you know, to go to put your status quo aside and go for what you believe, because this is what you did. You believed you needed something more.
Yes.
And you wanted to bring value.
Yes, I wanted to improve myself and, you know, improve my world. So, but the other thing, you know, from what Dr. Sunday was just saying in this last clip that we showed you, I was just thinking that, okay, I'm talking about other people as though I don't criticize other people myself. That, whoops, it just occurred to me that I also need to stop criticizing. I also need to face what I need to do, because I will be those people that are not remembered.
Not
if I
like every time you criticize, you have to have one alarm here saying not counted.
Yes, not relevant, not remembered in history. So it's a button. So I'm really grateful for hearing this, because for some reason it just occurred to me that I'm also a critic of other people, so I need to stop that. So Queen, let's go to the next clip.
I am doing what I need to do. I want to raise a new generation of courageous men that will confront the evil of religion and the evil of corruption that is ravaging Africa, and that are going to bring the glory of God, the truth of God, and the values, the right kingdom value system to my continent of Africa and to Nigeria in particular. So history is going to reward these kind of people. It is only these people that dare to go out, that dare to fight, that dare to risk everything, that history actually gets to reward at the end of the day. So, people who try to do something, people who put to work their enthusiasm, and who commit themselves to great devotions, they are the ones that get remembered. Those people who commit themselves to a worthy cause, who have a goal, who commit themselves to their goals, and who don't give up, who don't let all the troubles and the challenges stop them. They are the ones that make a difference in the world. Those people who, at best, yes, they could be rewarded in their lifetime, but most of the history makers, they are never rewarded in their lifetime. They might not be victorious. They might not even see triumph in their lifetime. They might not even be regarded as successful in their lifetime. But you know what? History will always remember and reward those people for daring to step out, for daring to go to the battle, for daring to go in.
Wow, guys.
You know what? I always wanted success. And now what?
In the house.
And
Yes,
now what?
you need to not be afraid of spite. deaths.
But you know what
And
Pastor
blood.
said? It's not about this, that history, those people who are remembered in the history, they even
Might not be
not
successful.
regarded to be successful. Like, do you think pastor is regarded to be successful in this, what he is doing now? Many people, many pastors, they think like,
Like
they say,
backsliding.
yeah. But you know what? But I know that he will be in the history because of
Yes.
this. And today's culture is all about success, and everyone wants to know where you succeeded and everything.
Wow.
When you want to do something significant, usually this is not popular. This is not popular because, yeah, to be popular in this world, you just need to be rich. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I don't know many rich people by the name from the last ages. There were thousands of rich people and millions of rich people. I don't remember them. I remember even some poor who did significant things.
Right.
Like, for example, Martin Luther. I don't think he was rich at all. And I think he was not popular for what he was doing. He was actually regarded to be mad.
The German Martin Luther.
Like, why should he go against the whole church? He had to be mad to do this. This is how he was regarded. But I know him, and I don't know any person who was living next to him and having a large house and a beautiful wife.
That's good. I don't even remember the president at the time.
I don't remember even, there was no president.
Really?
Kings.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
You know?
True.
So, well, if you are not regarded to be successful, but you know that you are doing some significant, if you are doing this for significant cause, you know that it has to be done, then you can be comforted. What Pastor said, I'm comforted that I'm doing the right thing. Wow. Comforted.
Yes, I think what's interesting about this segment of the video is that the result, you might not actually see the result in your lifetime. You might not actually see the success that you're looking for. And this cause, or what you need to do, is actually greater than the success that you see. It is more, it's beyond that. And most of us want instant gratification. We want to see things that happen. So this tells me that this is even greater than success. So being relevant is actually much greater than achieving success. And if you think about it, there are lots of things that we're successful at. In fact, even when we fail at something, we're successful at failing. So the success is not the focus. The focus is being relevant and doing something that marks you in time and in history. So there are lots of examples of people that we know that they've been successful as one thing or the other. But we don't know them. We don't remember them. We don't know what they did. But this is like a cause, something that is time bound. Time is, I was just talking about, Kate was just talking about Martin Luther and how he was even regarded as mad in his time and not even remembering who his neighbors were. Like, we don't know who his neighbors were. There are more successful, lots of successful people in his time, but we don't even know their names. But he stood for a cause. He stood for something, and we remember that. We don't know him.
He failed many times. He didn't succeed to make a revolution in church for like next day. He had to hide. He had to run away from persecution. He had to live in not very well condition. Like, he was not successful in everything that he was doing, but he continued doing this until he got to where he goes.
Yes, and it goes back to exactly the criticism and the quote by Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th president of the United States, and how you shouldn't, nobody is going to remember all the other people that criticize him, the people that made him sweat or made him cry or made his life miserable. They only remember the history. History only remember those who went into battle. They did well. It is a battle to consistently and persistently do what you believe in, to work on that, to share your thoughts with people. So people might be against you. We don't remember those people that are against you. Nobody will.
You know, if you will passionately distribute all messages that pastor is given, all those messages on prostitution of tithes and offerings, on is your church a cult, if you will start passionately sharing, you will get a lot of criticism which will confirm that you are relevant. You know, if you are not relevant, if people are not unsubscribing from your Facebook, it means you are not making any change. And the question is, where are you going?
Yes. I'm going to send to Queen Nikki. I think she's feeling
something.
lonely here.
Yeah. There's a quote I saw on Facebook today by Cecile, one of the queens that watched it yesterday, and she's like, if I haven't offended you with my gospel yet. You understand the line? And I really love that quote. Maybe not exactly, but something similar to that. So if you haven't offended anyone, that means you are not even doing anything at all. I'm not saying you should go about and start throwing stones at people so that you will get criticized or something. I mean for the right cause, okay? And this is one of the power of Dr. Sunday Adelaja, because he says that his only allegiance is to the truth. So whatever that comes after that, around that, has nothing to do with him. He knows exactly that what he's doing is what he should do. And that's what pushes him. And I want to add that, just like we have seen his life, that knowing is not the only thing. You know, knowing your vision, or knowing your goal, or knowing the passion. What makes him successful, if we can use that word, or what pushes him, or what drives him is, not what drives him. What makes him relevant is because of the tenacity, of that diligence, of paying attention to details. A lot of things that he will still share with us as he goes through all these series of, I think, 7 pillars of his philosophy or whatever, about leadership, his philosophy, and all other things. I believe if you really keen into that and just use those videos as your day-to-day medicine, believe me, before the year ends, you will not be recognized. You will even recognize yourself by the kind of breakthrough or success that you will gain for yourself because of the knowledge that you will get, because we perish due to lack of knowledge.
Wow, thank you very much. Okay.
Into the arena for daring to get, for not being afraid to be wet and to get all the dust, the sweat, and the blood in their face. They are the ones that are going to be remembered in history. And even when they fail, even when they are regarded as failures, at least they know that they have given their best. They have dared greatly. And that is what I am particularly about. I'm only particular about doing what is right. As far as I know that I'm doing the right thing, as far as I know that I'm pleasing God, as far as I know that I'm doing what God wants me to do, just do your best and leave the rest. It doesn't matter how people will see you. It doesn't matter what anybody thinks. What matters is what God thinks. If you're on the side of God, if you're on the side of truth, just dare to dare to step out and dare to go and pursue your dream. And don't be offended. I mean, don't be held back by the public opinion. That is the greatest lesson I think that Theodore Roosevelt is teaching us in this particular quotation, in this work of his. This philosophy, it has really helped me, and I hope that the young people who are following me and who are studying my life.
Guys, this is really important, and I don't know how much emphasis I can make on this, is that not to be afraid, not to be afraid of dirt, of blood, and of sweat. The emphasis is just too much, and not caring what people say. Focus on what you need to do, believe in something. One thing Dr. Sunday said just now is that as long as I know that what I'm doing is right. So that's the key there, right there. Because sometimes we feel like, okay, I want to do this. you also have to do your due diligence of understanding that this is the right thing to do. And how do you know something is the right thing to do? Because you believe in it. You know it's going to change the world. You know it's going to change people for the better. You know it's going to improve people's life. You know that God would like this. You have sound mind to make those assessments. So once you make those assessments, then you need to forge ahead and do what you need to do and forget about what anybody thinks. Just focus. I don't think we'll be able to finish this today.
You know, we won't be able to finish it even if we are going to do it 10 hours, believe me, because every word, if you will look at what Pastor says, every word counts, every word is significant. And if you watch this video and stop and think, watch it many times, and you will see that it will change your life, it will change your mindset, it will change your perspective on everything that you have around you. And this is what happened to me. I watched this video many times and I said, like, this is a very concentrated roadmap towards becoming significant in this world. This is a concentrated and very loaded message that will help you to overcome any fear, any doubt, anything that hinders you from becoming someone who will be remembered in the history. Because if you're not going to be remembered in the history, what's the difference between you and, let's say, a pig or dog or a cat? You know, no difference. You know, no difference.
God. Wow. That makes a lot of scary sense. They're also creations. They're also created as well. I mean, pigs, all the animals. So what makes you different if you're not going to be remembered? So guys, I think that's a challenge right there, that we all need to aim to be remembered for something and fight for that and focus on that, and don't be derailed by all these other things. Fear is not even in our vocabulary when it comes to what we believe in, what we know that is right, what we know that God wants us to do. So remember, your only allegiance is to the truth. So be brave, be courageous, and focus on what you need to do. Nikki, do you want to say the last word? I think it would be nice before we go.
Okay, the last word that I have to say is just to support what Queen Kate just said now. That even if we spend, I don't know, this whole week discussing this message, it won't be enough. Because if Dr. Sunday could just out of a quote make this whole video, which I'm sure he did short enough for you to be able to watch it. Because if you leave him, he will spend maybe years to discuss this video. So let's go back to the video, and just as we demonstrated it today, you watch 2 minutes, you pause, you do some thinking, maybe you go for solitude with it, or if you don't have time to go for solitude, because sometimes this word solitude scares some people, but it can be something you do for a few hours, for example, or if you're nursing mommy, the baby is sleeping, you put on these videos and meditate and really get out practical steps. Because when Dr. Sunday gives us, or used to give us assignments on his books, he will ask you, what did you learn? And how are you going to practice it in your life? So these are the 2 questions that you will ask your life, ask yourself as you watch this video. What have you learned? Or maybe what is new for you? What have you learned? And how are you going to practice it in your life? Then that is how this video and whichever word that is there will be life, will be made flesh in your life. Let it not be just like, when Kate said that we just see what beautiful quote. Oh wow, we just tweet it, and people will be liking and calling us, wise. But it has nothing to do with us, and it hasn't changed us in any way. Okay, so let's go back, go for solitude, and dwell on this video and make it flesh, so that we will become significant in this life.
Thank you. So guys, thank you so much. We will come back again this evening. Dr. Sunday will continue on the checklist, and it's about the Beatitude, I believe. So we'll see you again in just under an hour. Don't forget, Dr. Sunday is on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. So go to YouTube and type in Sunday Adelaja Official. You'll see his picture. He's wearing a blue jacket and green shirt. Click on that and then you go to his homepage. That's his channel homepage, playlist after playlist on different topics, including these philosophies and other videos that he's done already. And also is on Telegram, SoundCloud. So for people that are worried about data, this is not data intensive, so you can download everything that you need to download of his teachings.
Maybe you are not worried about data, but people around you maybe not having this opportunity, so you can go to some stick and share with them like this.
Absolutely. Or you can tell them, if they're worried about data, that this is another way. Just help somebody else out. That would be great.
They are free. They are free.
They are free, and don't forget to go back to this video, which is called "Never Afraid of Sweat, Dirt, and Blood," and share this as many times as possible, and write your comments so that people will understand how much important this video is.
Let's see. So guys, I'm going to give you a heads up. We may come back with this same video because we didn't watch it in totality. Number one. Number two, we will be doing these reviews all the time because Dr. Sunday is 1 a day, philosophy, values, something to leadership, something to help pastors. All these short videos is actually going to publish at least 1 a day. So if we have that, we may need to come back and go back to these videos so that we can all learn and we can all review together, have understanding together and share. And also guys, please watch it so that you would have more to share, because today only a few people shared, and I would have liked it more people engaged with us and we learn from you too. Thank you again. I'll see you, or we will see you in less than an hour. Take care. Bye.